This is exactly why I made this video, because we all need to be operating within the same definitions and the same terminology so that we stop making people who are not being abusive feel like they're being abusive. Stonewalling is not abusive. It is 100% a trauma response. The moment somebody intentionally stonewalls is the moment it's no longer stonewalling. It's the silent treatment. And I understand why people get confused because there's a lot of misleading information on the internet. Take this article on Simply Psychology, straight up claiming that narcissists will use stonewalling as a tool for manipulation. And throughout the article, the authors interchange stonewalling and the silent treatment. But the article also references John Gottman's research because he's really the one who coined the term stonewalling. So let's go there. So when I turn to the Gottman Institute, this author clearly identifies the difference between stonewalling and the silent treatment is intent. And all abuse is about intent. Stonewalling is when somebody is in overwhelm and their brain can't function properly. This article states it can be something that you're aware of, such as, I better shut my mouth so I don't make things worse. Or it can be a dissociation, but both of them are about self-preservation. But the silent treatment feels more like a game from childhood where everyone ignores the target and pretends they don't exist. It's intentional. It's to win a conflict. If it goes on too long and the other person continues to try to engage, it can make the victim feel crazy and desperate. It does nothing to help resolve the conflict. So if the difference between the two is intent, then how do you know what someone's intent is? When I would stonewall, I would feel like I couldn't say anything because it would be twisted and used against me later. During the conflict, I would feel attacked and criticized, and things were taken out of context and assumptions were being made. I literally felt like I couldn't speak because I was being berated. And I'm sure to him, it felt like I was giving him the silent treatment, and it felt like punishment. But when I would get the silent treatment, it was typically after the conflict. I would tiptoe around the house all day. I would try to talk to him and he would ignore me or grunt and give me this look like I was the worst person in the world. Like it felt like punishment. So Gottman suggests that when you feel overwhelmed, to request a timeout. 95% of the time when I would request a timeout, my ex wouldn't give it to me. He would follow me around the house, completely disrespecting that boundary. And then he would tell me that by me requesting a timeout, I was stonewalling and I was being abusive. It is not. It is healthy conflict resolution skills. Tip 1 of intent. If they go silent in response to you requesting or enforcing a boundary, that's not stonewalling. That's the silent treatment. Also look at what happens after you've taken that time to process. Is your partner open to discussion? Are they willing to find a resolution? Or do they drag it out? Is it the next day and they still refuse to talk to you? Are they even more angry because you took that time out? I think that is more of an indicator that they are looking to win or punish than to resolve conflict.